Once upon a time, in a kingdom far away, there lived a beautiful princess named Snow White. Her beauty was matched only by her kindness, but her stepmother, the queen, was envious of her grace and charm. Every day, the queen would ask her magic mirror, "Who is the fairest of them all?" For many years, the mirror replied that the queen was, but one day the mirror proclaimed Snow White as the fairest. Consumed by jealousy, the queen ordered a huntsman to take Snow White into the forest and ensure she never returned. However, the kind hearted huntsman couldn't bring himself to harm the innocent princess. Instead, he let her go, and Snow White wandered deep into the woods, lost and frightened. As night fell, Snow White stumbled upon a cozy little cottage. Tired and hungry, she entered, finding it tidy but strangely small. Exhausted, she fell asleep. The cottage belonged to 7 dwarfs who worked in the nearby mines. When they returned home and found Snow White asleep, they were amazed by her beauty and decided to let her stay. The dwarfs, named Doc, Grumpy, Happy, Sleepy, Bashful, Sneezy, and Dopey, became her friends. And Snow White helped them with their housework while they protected her. Life in the forest was peaceful, but the queen soon discovered that Snow White was still alive. Furious, she disguised herself as an old peddler woman and crafted a poisoned apple. One day, while the dwarves were away, the disguised queen visited Snow White, offering her the shiny, enchanted apple. Unaware of the danger, Snow White took a bite, and the moment she did, she fell into a deep, death-like sleep. The queen fled, believing she had finally won. The dwarfs returned to find Snow White seemingly lifeless. Heartbroken, they placed her in a glass coffin, unable to bear burying her. Time passed, and one day, a prince who had heard of Snow White's beauty came across her resting place. Smitten by her, he kissed her gently, and the spell was broken. Snow White awoke, and the dwarfs rejoiced. The prince asked Snow White to marry him, and she agreed. They returned to his kingdom, where they lived happily ever after, while the wicked queen, upon learning of Snow White's happiness, vanished forever.